Hello, good evening. I thought I'd do a video update for this evening for Bitcoin and the majors, just because I think the way that the price is behaving and unfolding, I think that we've got a little bit further to fall. At the moment, we're trading around 8,500 in Bitcoin, and we're just teetering on top of this, around this daily 50 moving average. But I think that we've got, in Bitcoin, we've got about another $500 to fall to around the 8,000 level. And I'm going to explain why and what you can do if you're already long, or what to do. So big picture in Bitcoin, I think that the rally that we started in at the start of the year, or from December at the end of 2018, was a big leg one, and we are waiting for this wave 2 to start again and tell us that we have resumed upside momentum in Bitcoin. This rally that we made at the end of October looks impulsive, and so I'm hopeful with the choppy overlapping price action that we're seeing here that this is a correction and we're about to start a wave 3. The question is, when is it going to begin? As you know, I'd had hoped for a shallow 50% pullback and a very simple ABC. We've seen a little bit, it's fallen below that. Let's talk about now, if we go down to a 4-hour, where we might go from here. Now, if I put my fib retrace on from this low to high, you can see that here at Bitstamp, we are just sitting on this 61.8 fib level. That would be great, that a normal retrace would be somewhere between the 50 or the 61.8. But this is Bitcoin, and sometimes it likes to go to the extreme. So I'm going to measure where the ABCs are. Let me hide these moving averages for a minute, because if we measure our zigzag correction or equal measured move, I've drawn it like this, A, B, C, and we are here at this 61.8 at what we could call an equal measured move. The problem is that what we're looking for is a big A, B, C, and this B leg is normally an ABC2. And if we see that here, this is probably the ABC for the B leg before we went down again, which means we've gone A, B, C, which means when we measure this leg and then we project it from this high here. So if we do that, and so remember that this is A, B, C, then it points to our equal measured move being down here around 8,000 and closer to this 786 fib. So here in Bitstamp, although we're holding this support, let's take a look at a couple of other well-traded exchanges. For example, let's take a look at one we haven't looked at. Let's take a look at BitMEX. So we'll put our fibs on from this low to high here at BitMEX, and you can see that we're holding just underneath this 61.8. In fact, on this 4-hour, it's resistance, and we haven't been able to close back above it, having dropped underneath it. I'm just going to take these lines away here because they are, hide them. Okay, so we are underneath this 61.8 here at BitMEX, and if we line up our ABC here, ABC, you can see 8,077 is the equal measured move, and 79.71 is where the 786 fib is. As long as we hold under this 618, it's pointing to from here. Let's take a look at another exchange. Let's look at Phenix. We'll just catch up on, and then we'll look at Binance. So Phenix. Again, we've gone A, B, C. If we do that here, the equal measured move is at 8,053, and the 786 fib is at 8,006, and they line up pretty nicely here. And again, with this one, you can see that we're holding underneath this fib level, and the shape, once again, you know, each of these shapes we've looked at, they've got a very bear flag look. They've gone A, B, C in equal measured moves higher, and this points to, and now we're rolling over, this points to correction. This rally here is not the start of a new uptrend that we've been looking for yet. So still pointing to lower in all of these. Let's do one more, and let's do Binance Tether. Got some zones marked here now. Let's get on the 4-hour chart here. Here we are sitting on the 61.8, bottom of our support zone. Remember, we always thought that the support zone was between 8,400 and 8,600, and we're still in it. What I'm pointing out here is what happens if we drop underneath it, because the price action is starting to look like we're going to. So if we do, then the equal measured move here at Binance is 8,000. And 79.56 is the 786 fib. So if we lose this 8,400 support, we're going to drop another $400 before we find our ideal buy zone. And I think that that's where this leg is probably going to terminate. And if we look around at some of the others, pointing this way, the other one that's really easy to read in terms of counting the waves is Aetherium. So in Aetherium, we have our big strong rally. We have our A, and then we have this lovely ABC for B. So this is B here. So when we measure this leg, we project it from this high, and that gives us 170, which lines up perfectly in US dollar with the 61.8 pullback. So the likelihood is, remember, this is the 61.8 level we're perched on. If we lose 179, or the 179.8 support, we're going to go to 170 before we rally again in US dollar. There's one more, Litecoin. I don't see new lows for Ripple. It seems to be going up. But here's Litecoin Euro. Litecoin's been pretty hard to read. I thought this was 5 waves up in Litecoin, and so far this only looks like one leg down. But it's if one goes down, they'll all go down in these majors. At the moment, Litecoin is just teetering. Litecoin Euro is just teetering on this 50%. If we see another leg lower, maybe the 61.8 at 49.27. If we look at Litecoin US dollar, you can see the same thing going on. I'm going to draw from this low to high. Here we are teetering on the 50%. If we see another leg lower, that's 55.50, the 61.8 for Litecoin US dollar. So not so easy to count the waves in that one. Now some coins look like they're doing all right against Bitcoin, like ADA, and it looks like it's trending higher. But in fact, if you look at ADA, all those against the US dollar, really they're just going sideways. So still think we've got a bit further to go. Now, what if you're already all in Bitcoin at this point and we drop for another 400? Well, I think we're pretty close to a low in Bitcoin. So if you're doing this without leverage, you could probably ride that and it bounce out. Or what you could do at this point, if you think we're going to drop another 400 or 500, is to maybe sell half and decide to buy it back down there and put an order down there, and then at least you lower your average price, and that's probably what I'm going to do. So watch out, because the way that the price is unfolding here at these lows suggests we are still in a correction and we could continue lower in Bitcoin US dollar, and if we do, we're looking at 8,000 support next.